Hi guys, this is Maria. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be going over baby Justin's 3 years milestones. He's about to turn 3 in about 2 weeks, and I just finally booked all of his birthday party planning and all. So I feel like it's due to film an update. I have not actually filmed one since his 2-year update. I've shared milestones here and there in my toys, activities, and books videos, what he was interested in, what he was working on. So I will link all those videos for you below. But today's video is going to be strictly like milestones, where he is versus where he's supposed to be. And I will be using the milestones from the Coastal Pediatric Therapy website, just because I want to use a reputable source that is based on actual studies from ASHA and everywhere, because there is a lot of information online and not all of it is correct. So I will also link for you the website and the Instagram page for them below, just to double check yourself and see where your children are aligning based on those milestones. Getting ready for this video, I actually watched all of my videos that I filmed about him prior, and it's funny to see that his personality honestly has not changed much since my first update that I ever done for him. He is really mischievous. He still likes to push buttons, especially on his sister, and he's really active like he has always been. He likes climbing, he likes doing lots of things. He is not hyperactive by any means. He can sit still. If I ask him, he can sit and do work. He is also extremely smart and very academically inclined, and when I go through the milestones you will see it. But what I want to say also in the beginning of this, even though he is kind of ahead in a lot of the things, one of the things that I talked to his teacher, and what a lot of studies are showing right now, that we put so much emphasis on kids being academically advanced, where we actually should be focusing more on them being able handling the emotions and being more emotionally advanced and being able to be working in groups and other skills that are equally as important as academics. All right, so I will start with speech milestones. I will kind of read through them and I'll plop them on the screen for you as well. There is a lot that 2 to 3 year olds should be doing, and yeah, let's do it. So 2 to 3 year olds, speech is 50 to 75% intelligible, understands one and all, verbalizes toilet needs, requests items by name, identifies several body parts, follows simple commands and answers simple questions, enjoys listening to short stories, songs, and rhymes. So I'll stop here and I will say that he does all of those things. And as far as like identifying several body parts, I feel like this is kind of like, beginning of 2 year olds. Like by 3 he knows pretty much every body part in both languages. Items by name, toilet needs, he actually doesn't verbalize. He goes and pulls his pants and goes on the potty most of the time, and sometimes he actually just like waits until the very last moment and he tinkles a bit in his pants and he runs, which I'll talk about like the whole potty training later in this video. He asks 1 to 2 word questions. His most frequently asked question actually right now is what is it or who is it, and uses 3-4 word phrases. Receptive vocabulary, if you're not familiar, receptive language is what your child is able to process. So when you're asking him a comment, like if you're asking him to do something, go put this toy there, it's understanding of the language, where expressive language is what they are able to say. So receptive vocabulary for about 500 to 900 words, expressive vocabulary 50 to 250. He is much higher in both of those because his receptive vocabulary encompasses both Russian and English. And does multiple grammatical errors. That's totally normal if your child like mispronounces like he, she, or doesn't put s, doesn't use they correctly. So grammatical errors are okay. Understands more things said to him or her, speaks with loud voice. Oh yeah. If I'll get a chance, I will either film it or plop the video in here. Baby Justin loves to raise his voice, especially in the loud areas. Like he likes to hear it echo. Increases range of pitch, does that as well. Use vowels correctly. Consistently uses initial consonants. Frequently omits medial consonants when they shorten their the word, and frequently omits and substitutes final consonants. So some of those things are a little more like terminology, speech oriented. Now moving on to gross motor skills. If you're not familiar with the whole fine motor skills, gross motor skills is the big muscle group kind of skills. It's running, walking, climbing, jumping, riding bicycle, scooter, balancing. So all of those big muscle groups. So 2 to 3 year olds also do lots of things in that regard. And here's what the milestones should be. It's ascends, descends stairs independently using step to pattern, walking on a line balance beam with improved balance, walks on tiptoes, jumps forward, rides a tricycle, catches large ball, securing ball by bending arms towards the chest, throws ball overhead and kicks ball forward using opposite arm leg movements. Does it all actually. I signed him up for gymnastics because my daughter does gymnastics and he's been dying to be part of it, actually right before he turned 2.5 years of age, and they started at 3. So he does very well on the balance beam. He does really well with jumping full legs forward. He's able to ride a bicycle, so we got them both bicycles for Christmas. And at first he needed help, and then he started pedaling so fast. I'm like, oh, please, that is a little too much. Skills at this age is pumping on the swing. And one another thing that I want to say about him, he's a second kid. He is so exposed to many, I guess, more advanced things than my daughter was at her age. Like, she wasn't pumping yet, and he's starting to pump. He's not skipping or galloping. That's an emerging skill for this age group. So like it's more 3 to 4 when they start doing that. Then he kicks the ball, and I'm about to sign him up for soccer. I might wait till fall just because of the scheduling, but he is really willing to run around and kick the ball. Okay, moving on to fine motor skills. That's actually one of my most favorite areas to work on with my kids. Is fine motor, because I feel like I can do a lot, and I'll go through milestones and then just like tell you about what he does and put in some videos of that. So 2 to 3 year olds, what's actually interesting that they have it 1 year to 3. So stacks 8 to 10 blocks, strings 2 to 4 beads, imitates vertical, horizontal, circular strokes, manipulates Play-Doh, matches squares, circle, triangles, snips with scissors, knows main body parts, helps put things away, add buttons, large buttons, may reject many foods, and dresses with supervision, uses fork. Emerging skills, builds 10 block tower, draws a person with 2 to 4 body parts, helps with bathing, cuts paper into 2 pieces, unbuttons 3 buttons, and dresses without supervision. So one of the things that I actually recently filmed for you guys was self-dressing and Montessori approach, and baby Justin honestly dresses himself. He did put his undies backwards today, which is totally fine, but he is able to put on his underwear, his shorts, his shoes, and his shirt with a little bit of help. I put it over his head and then he does the rest. With socks, he still needs help, but he is capable of self-dressing. So here's something I want to share with you, because sometimes we might not realize part of it. So it's the grasp pattern. So baby Justin is in between grasp stage. He almost has this radial grasp, but he's moving to the static tripod grasp, which is very age appropriate. And I will plop in the video on the screen so you can see the difference. The ideal grasp by the age of 5 is pretty much adult grasp. It's called dynamic tripod grasp. And the difference is that the kids actually start moving the muscles of their fingers more so than the entire hand. So like 4-year-olds already have the same grasp pattern, but they're typically moving the entire hand, when by 5 they start moving more muscles. He cuts with scissors. The only thing I still have to sometimes stabilize is his wrist, which is also typical for this age. He's able to string the beads, which is important for hand-eye coordination, and he loves drawing mazes. I use Kumon books. I've done a whole video on that, so I will again try to link all of the videos I'm talking about. If you don't see it, just go through my activities for kids. You will see it. Like, I've done the whole video on Kumon books and tracing and all those things and cutting. And I just want to share a few red flags. Now, one of the things you might want to make sure that your child is able to do at this age is drawing a full circle. It's not just a circular motion, because if your child is younger, like they're 2.5, it's still okay to do just a circular motion. By the age of 3, your child should be able to draw a circle. They should be able to draw a horizontal line, crossing the midline, and a vertical line. It's really important. If your child is not crossing midline, I highly recommend you scheduling an evaluation for occupational therapy. There is a lot of studies that the cross and midline, it's actually mirroring like different parts of the brain of your child. What occupational therapy does is helps your kid basically work on the skills and be prepared for preschool. That's the way I look at it. You can look at it differently, but I think the more you can give to your child, the better they will be off in the future. In so many of my videos, I share toys, activities, and books. I talk a lot about the cars, and yes, cars is his absolutely #1 favorite, but he does lots of other things as well. He engages in lots of pretend play, like he likes to play store. He likes, sometimes we play babies with Scarlett and he participates in playing with babies. And I actually encourage that because we are planning to have one more child, so I want him to be a good big brother as well. He loves pretend playing with his dinosaurs. That's probably his #2 most favorite thing. He likes tactile sensory things. He loves slime. Ken loves Play-Doh. He started getting into drawing, which I'm very excited because I want to make sure that his hand is prepared for writing. And I know I'm not like a typical mom. Like moms don't think about things like that normally, but I am just so engrossed into this childhood education and development that I am really passionate, and I try to do all kinds of activities that will benefit my children in any kind of way. He still loves his scooter. He's not swimming independently yet, but we kind of not in season, so I think that maybe this summer he will start swimming as well. He loves his teachers at school, and he goes to preschool. He goes 5 days a week for a few hours a day, and then I pick him up. We have lunch together and have a great time. He is a really easy kid. He's a really good kid. If you have him one-on-one, he's just the most perfect little boy ever. When the whole like sibling rivalry comes in, he can be very testy and challenge a lot, and also push his sister's buttons a lot, which is unfortunate, and we're working through this. My main ways of disciplining him at this point is either distraction or redirecting the attention. Sometimes, most of the times, if he isn't wrong, he goes in timeout, and timeout works pretty good. He doesn't like it. I also use 1, 2, 3, which works well. One thing with 1, 2, 3, I would say you have to follow through. Like the moment you did not follow through, your 1, 2, 3 are not going to work. I filmed a few videos on discipline, so if you want to check it out, check it out. And now the very last, potty training. So he's been potty trained for a year. I got him out of diapers before his 2nd birthday. And yeah, he is without diapers during the day. He still sleeps in diapers, and I don't know if he's ready to be taken out of diapers at night. And here's the deal. His diaper is full pretty much every night. So right now, me taking off that diaper is just gonna mean that he's gonna pee. So I kind of talked to other people, and they said that sometimes in boys it takes longer. So like with Scarlett, I took her out of diapers during the day at 18 months, and then 2.5 at night. And by then I even like, when I put the diaper on her just in case, but most of the time it was dry. I had a potty in her room. She would just go and pee on the potty. With him, the whole potty training process was a little more difficult, and I filmed the video on that as well, and what broke the ice and how I got him out of diapers too. So check it out as well. But yeah, at night he's still in diapers. I will give it a few more months before I try like cutting out water at like 4, and then see if that makes a difference. I just feel like we are not in that stage yet. And during his nap, he takes 1 nap. He's still in the diaper as well, because honestly, if he's not, he still pees. Regardless, if I put him on the potty prior to his nap, it's just some, his muscles relax and he just tinkles, even if it's a tiny bit amount. During the day, he does sometimes tinkle in his pants, and it's mainly because he's holding it for so long that by the time he runs and he takes it off, he already starts peeing. But he pees, like he finishes it all always in the toilet, or he's just so busy playing. Like if we have gas, so if we are at an event, I actually make an effort of like, okay, we're gonna go pee, because I know he's gonna get distracted. Other than that, a lot of the times he goes take his underwear, and I see him peeing, and he does his own thing. So the stuff that I could think about as far as his update, maybe just food-wise, he is a pretty good eater. He eats a lot of the things. Both my kids are not picky, and I also filmed the video on eating. But I would say like the vegetable, like if he sees something green, he is really not into trying it. But he surprised me. Because Scarlett eats any kind of vegetable under the sun. She will at least try it. She might not like all of them. So she was eating her broccoli, and then he decided to be a booger in that case and tried her broccoli, and then he ate the whole piece. So I would say keep trying. Their taste changed so much, and if they reject it one day, then the next day they might still want it. All right, I'm going to end it at this because I feel like I've covered most of it. If I didn't, ask me questions in the comments below. I know a lot of you have been following me since I was pregnant with baby Justin. So this might be a fun update for you to watch and to see where we all are. I like hearing from other moms what their kids are doing and stuff like that, especially the same age. If you love what you see, make sure to give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.